This is the brand new BMW M2 Cs. It has more power, lots of interesting upgrades, and I'll tell you why it could be the perfect modern M car. But it's not the only new vehicle that's just been revealed. I'll tell you all about the most exciting forthcoming brand new models from various manufacturers, and I'll reveal some shocking news about another ultra-secret performance car that's coming soon. I'll give you a clue. It starts with GT2 and ends with RS. More on that one later. I'm Matt Watson, and you're watching CarWow. But before we get into the other cars, let's start off with the M2 Cs and its design, because BMW went big with the spec on this particular car. The kidney grills, redesigned front bumper, and ground-hugging splitter, all new. And so are the gorgeous bronze alloy wheels. I just wish BMW had given it some yellow daytime running lights like on other CS cars, but I do like this eye-catching velvet blue paint. It's actually exclusive to the M2 Cs, but it'll set you back a whopping £4,300 extra. If you thought that was pricey though, let me introduce you to the optional carbon ceramic brakes, which cost £8,800. But despite these extra costs, there are some good reasons why this M2 Cs might be the ultimate M-car bargain, and I'll explain why in a minute. First though, we need to talk about the upgrades on the car. You see, you also get stiffer suspension that rides 8mm lower to the ground than the standard car, and the chassis has been reworked to make it feel more agile and track focused. Speaking of which, you can also choose to ditch the road tyres for semi-slicks if you plan on doing a few track days. However, there are some much bigger changes round the back, including my favourite, this massive ducktail spoiler. Maybe BMW should change the name to Goosetail or something, because it's just so huge. Anyway, that isn't just some plastic stuck on the boot lid. BMW has completely redesigned the whole boot panel, and it's now made of carbon fibre instead of sheet metal. But that's not all. You also get a new carbon fibre rear diffuser, and the M2's optional carbon fibre roof comes as standard on the CS. Normally you have to pay an extra £2,300 for it on the normal M2. The combined effect of all these carbon add-ons means that the CS weighs in at 30 kilograms less than the standard automatic M2. So how does that affect the performance? Well, I'm going to tell you in a moment. But first, let's check out the interior, because there's even more carbon fibre inside. Firstly, the gearshift paddles are made out of the stuff, and so is the new centre console trim. So too are the sport seats. The steering wheel has new Alcantara trim, a red straight ahead marker, and there are plenty of new CS badges dotted around the cabin. But besides that, the layout is the same as the standard M2. And that brings us on to the engine. You see, this M2 CS has the same basic 3-litre twin-turbo straight-six as the standard M2. However, it has a lot more power. BMW has boosted it from 480 horsepower to 530 horsepower. Maximum torque has also increased from 600 Nm to 650. And all this means that the M2 CS has exactly the same power and torque figures as the latest M3 and M4 competition. Not only that, but these cars all use the same basic chassis and 8-speed automatic gearbox. This means that you can't get the CS with a manual like you can the standard M2, which I think is a little bit of a shame. The biggest difference between the M2 CS and the M3 and M4 is that it's rear-wheel drive only. Those two come with switchable all-wheel drive. As a result, BMW reckons the M2 CS will do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.8 seconds. That makes it 0.2 of a second quicker than a standard automatic M2. However, it is still 0.3 of a second slower than an M4 competition to 60 miles an hour. So why would you buy an M2 CS over an M4 competition? Well, one reason is the price. If you avoid some of the more expensive options, the M2 CS is actually a bit of a bargain. Well, compared to the M4 at least. In the UK, it'll set you back £86,800, which is £4,500 less than the cheapest M4 competition. And that's not all. BMW hasn't confirmed how many M2 CSs it'll build, but it'll be a limited run car, just like the M4 CS, and those cost over £122,000. And believe me, they're blooming brilliant and super fast, as this drag race proved. This just absolutely took off. If the new M2 CS is anywhere near as good as the new M4 CS, it's sure to be a big hit. However, this is not the only new offering from BMW. Under this camouflage are the new 3 Series and iX3 that will be revealed very soon, and they should go into production in 2026. These are the first production BMWs to get the company's newer class of design language, which I know is very controversial. But then new BMW design is always very controversial. I know a lot of people hated the way the original Neue Klasse concept looked, but don't jump to conclusions. Lots of people hated the design of the new M3 and M4 at first with their grills, but that didn't stop people buying them. And now, I think most people think they look rather cool. Speaking of which, let's move on from BMW because there are lots of other premium brands also cooking up some exciting new cars, including Ferrari, which just released this new 296 Speciale. The hardcore model has 880 horsepower, which is 50 horsepower more than the standard car, but it also weighs 60 kilograms less, and it has plenty of GT3 inspired aero to help trim lap times and turn heads. The 0 to 60 mile an hour time has dropped by a tenth of a second, and the price has jumped to over £300,000. But that isn't the most shocking thing to come out of Ferrari recently, because it also confirmed it'll tease its first ever electric car in October this year. Can't wait until then for some juicy details? Well, several Ferrari patents have already appeared online that show a new kind of sound generator technology designed to make electric cars feel more exciting to drive. In fact, some dedicated car spotters have already captured a prototype on video that might be using this technology. Those exhaust pipes are fake, by the way, and I can't wait to get my stick up on them. I'll move on from electric cars very soon, but first check out these two Tesla prototypes that have been spotted testing. One is a performance version of the latest Model Y, and the other is the Model S facelift, specifically the Plaid. It's not clear whether this is just some mild update or something more serious. If it's the latter, there's a good chance Tesla might be aiming to take back the Nürburgring lap record for mass-produced electric saloon cars, which is currently held by the Porsche Taycan Turbo GT. But it could have competition from Mercedes because a fully electric replacement for the AMG GT 4-door is just around the corner. It's already teased a prototype, and rumours suggest the finished car could be revealed this June. It'll use the firm's all-new AMG EA platform, which uses axial flux motors, sounds scientific, to produce more power but way less than conventional performance EVs. Expect over 1,000 horsepower and 0 to 60 miles an hour in well under 3 seconds. Nissan has just revealed an all-new version of an icon that's been around since the 1980s. No, unfortunately, it's not the next GTR. That's taking longer to arrive than GTA 6. It's actually the Micra. This all-new car is based on the same chassis as the retro Renault 5 and uses similar battery and motor combinations. This means you can choose from motors with either 120 or 150 horsepower, and batteries that are claimed to deliver a range of up to 250 miles. Expect to pay around £23,000 for an entry-level model when it goes on sale this September. If you thought that was cheap, check this out. It's called the Slate. It's a pickup truck that can transform into an SUV, but the best thing about it is that it costs less than £20,000. Okay, so you can't buy one yet, but this US startup has had some serious high-profile backing, including Amazon's Jeff Bezos. How's the price so low? Well, it comes with almost no standard equipment. The idea is that you only pay for the features you want. So the basic Slate is, well, basic. You get steel wheels, no infotainment system, and even windy-uppy windows. However, Slate hasn't skimped on the drivetrain. Even the entry-level truck has around 200 horsepower, can do 0 to 60 in about 8 seconds, and can carry over 600 kilograms of cargo. Now let's talk about the car I'm most excited about, the new Porsche 911 GT2 RS. Porsche hasn't revealed any official details yet, but this prototype reveals something pretty shocking. I'm not talking about the GT3 RS inspired aero or even the ultra-wide body kit. It's actually this tiny yellow sticker on the rear windscreen, which is there to warn first responders that the car has an electric or hybrid drivetrain. So, does this mean the new GT2 RS is going hybrid? Well, it will share its engine with a 992.2 Turbo S, and that car's expected to use the same hybrid tech as the new GTS. When you consider that the previous GT2 RS has 700 horsepower and this new one will have clever electric turbo tech and an electric motor to boost its output, it could be able to deliver up to 800 horsepower. And I thought the old car was scary enough.
God!